Scorpio, you are up for the October Tarot Energy Reading. Before I go any further, KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn. I had to pause for a second because lost it. Oh my goodness. Amazon, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Okay, so this is the general reading for October. I will be doing love readings. I will be doing money readings as well. Whatever reading you watch or listen to, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it's not your story, don't try to make it fit. I'm just a person sitting here reading the energy and the tarot cards. You know your story better than I ever could. Also, there are readings for the collective that I do. The full moon in Pisces is already up. The Mercury retrograde reading for the collective is already up. I did a love reading for the collective. It was very specific. You'll know if it's, you'll know if there's a message in there for you by reading the title. Yeah, and I'll probably do the new moon in Libra in a few weeks, give or take. So this tarot deck that I'm using is a custom tarot deck that I created. And this is quotes. All of these are quotes. And I will clarify the quotes after I pull them. So, and these are like funny quotes, love and relationship quotes, motivation, inspiration quotes, health and fitness quotes, Real Housewives quotes, philosopher quotes, Socrates, Plato, all of those. So anything could come out. Just letting you know now, but I will clarify it. All right, may I have the energy for Scorpio for October? May I have the energy for Scorpio for October? May I have the energy for Scorpio for October? What is it that Scorpio needs to hear? What is it that Scorpio needs to hear? What is it that Scorpio needs to hear? May I have some cards, please? Thank you. May I have 2 more cards, please? Thank you. May I have 1 more card, please? Thank you. Whoa, that jumped out. Okay. What's at the bottom of the deck? This is a comedian quote. All right. It says, adults are always asking children what they want to be when they grow up because they're looking for ideas. Adults are always asking children what they want to be when they grow up because they're looking for ideas, by Paula Poundstone, which she's a funny comedian. So the thing is that some adults may not know what they want to be. It's almost like that song by Diana Ross from Mahogany. Do you know where you're going to? Some of you may be feeling like you haven't quite figured it out yet. Like, what is your purpose? Some of you may be looking for purpose and you don't fully know what it is yet. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. All right. Interesting. This is going towards love territory. Except this first one. This one says, I'm usually pretty zen until you F with me. And that's Dina from Real Housewives in New Jersey. I'm usually pretty zen until you F with me. Okay. And then the second card that came out, truth is, everybody is going to hurt you. You just got to find the ones worth suffering for. And this is by Bob Marley. Again, truth is, everybody is going to hurt you. You just got to find the ones worth suffering for. And then the third card that came out, love is on somebody's mind, even though this is a general reading. It says, if he can't handle you at your worst, then he does not deserve you at your best. Real love means seeing beyond the words spoken out of pain and instead seeing a person's soul. And that's by Shannon Alder. So, yeah. And music is kind of blasting outside, so just a heads up on that. Let's go ahead and clarify these. Can we clarify for Scorpio? I'm usually pretty zen until you F with me, by Dina from Real Housewives of New Jersey. Can we clarify that card, please? Whoa, okay. You know what? A lot of cards fell out, but the card that called out to me, and I'm just now looking at the bottom of the deck. Check this out. So all of these cards, and you know what? That's what it is. All of these cards fell out, but I was looking at this one on the top. 4 Cups. That is being in your own world and being, I don't want to say complacent, but it's kind of like people are making offers, but you're just like, whatever. Good or bad offers. You're just like, your default is like, no. These 2 cards fell to the side. I don't know what's under this one, but on the top is the 8 of Swords. This is, again, being in that energy of you're sticking to yourself. It's almost like I'm minding my own business here. It is what you're doing. At the bottom of the deck is the 5 of Wands, which is conflict. I feel that someone, and again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Someone is the type that if they are irritated with another person, they don't always talk it out. They would rather stew in it and then just get over it. Like, they'll remember it, but they're just like, okay, fine, I'm over it now. I feel that's the energy. But then the other person is kind of like, no, I want to talk about it now. And you know those people where you don't want to have the conversation, but they're like, no, I want to talk about it now. And that's why I feel this is the clarification for I'm usually pretty zen until you F with me. Because you're like, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just going to mind my business. I'll eventually be over it. They're acting crazy right now. I'm just not going to entertain it. And then they're in your face like, we need to talk about this now. And you're just like, really? Do you really want to go there right now? So I feel some of that energy going on. It's all good though. Okay, so let me put these back and then I'm going to clarify the Bob Marley quote. Okay. Can we clarify, truth is everybody is going to hurt you. You just got to find the ones worth suffering for, by Bob Marley. Can we clarify that quote, please? Thank you. That really jumped out. Page of Pentacles. Okay, so this may be something young, something new. Also, it could be a message as well. Somebody might not be taking a person seriously because they're younger. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. For others of you, there may be, I don't know why. You see this green in this, for those who are watching, obviously my podcast listeners can't see it. But for those who are watching, you see this green in here? In this particular card with this Page of Pentacles? I don't know why, but I got the vibe that someone may be country and someone may be city. Someone may be used to being, you know, in the outdoors, out in nature, doing their own thing, doesn't like to be in a big city, prefers to be in a small town. But then you have another person who prefers to be in a big city. Almost like, let's say somebody living in New York, but the person that they're into or that likes them, they would prefer to live in, I don't know, what's a small city? I'm trying to think. Like Fountain Inn, South Carolina. You know, something like that. It's 2 different energies. And for that situation, it's a point of attempting to make it work. Now, like you said, truth is everybody is going to hurt you. You just got to find the ones worth suffering for. Maybe that's the thing of deciding if the relationship is worth it, if that is your, you know, if that's your story or if there's a message in there for you. For others of you, I really feel like it's an age difference thing as one, and someone may not be taking another person seriously. Also, I just heard a, what's the word? Oh, I had it on the, I need the word. You know what I wanted to say. Not self-sufficient, independent. That's the word. Thank you. Independent. There may be an independence issue, meaning that someone is not as independent as you would like for them to be, or vice versa. You may not be as independent as they would like for you to be. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Okay, can we clarify this last card, please? If he can't handle you at your worst, then he does not deserve you at your best. Real love means seeing beyond the words spoken out of pain, and instead seeing a person's soul, by Shannon Adler, or Alder. Can we clarify that quote, please? I don't know why I was thinking Adler. Maybe somebody's last name is Adler that's listening to this podcast. Okay, 2 cards came out. It's interesting because one card fell on the Page of Pentacles, and then the other card fell under the quote that I'm clarifying. I feel there might be a connection here. Yeah, 10 of Wands. There's a burden that for this particular relationship, this is fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. There's a burden here with that. And that's going back into everyone's going to hurt you. You just got to find the ones worth suffering for. Somebody may feel like, I don't know if this is worth it. Now, for the other quote, if he can't handle you, wow. You ain't ready for this. The Tower came up. The Tower came up. Clarifying this. If he can't handle you at your worst, then he does not deserve you at your best. Real love means seeing beyond the words spoken out of pain and instead seeing a person's soul. This Tower moment is a foundation being taken down because it wasn't solid to begin with. And going into, if he can't handle you at your worst, then he doesn't deserve you at your best. And for some of you, and it doesn't have to be a he, it could be a she too. You know, there's really no gender here. For some of you, you're seeing that. You're seeing that they don't deserve you. And that's what I'm kind of getting in this energy here. That they don't deserve you. And that this burden is heavy with this 10 of Wands. And now it's time to let it go. It'll be interesting to see, Scorpio, what your love reading is when I get ready to do your love reading in a week. But yeah, that's what that is. This is the shocking moment. And this is the revelation that it's like, no, he doesn't deserve me, or she doesn't deserve me. All right, bottom of the deck, Death card. This came out in Libra's reading, putting an end to something. And this is Scorpio energy. So yeah, you're going to put an end to this. Or you're thinking about putting an end to this, but I honestly feel like you're going to end it. Because you're like, this person, they don't deserve you. All right, so that is your message. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Until next time, be blessed.